This is the Spicy 100, question 15. The recommended time for question 15 is 4 minutes. It's a non-calculator question. It's actually very important that this is a non-calculator question because it's a bit easier if you do have a calculator. So make sure mental arithmetic for this one. So the question, I'll read it to you. Solve 12x squared subtract 52x subtract 105 equals 0. Solve this equation. When you're ready, set a timer, pause the video, and best of luck with question 15. So question 15 is a quadratic equation, and it's actually a very simple looking equation. Where the spicy element comes in is you don't have a calculator, and these numbers have lots of factors. So 12x squared, that could be split as 1 and 12x, 2 and 6x, 3 and 4x. 105 has lots of factors as well. So when you're trying to put this into brackets, you don't know whether it's sort of 2x and 6x at the beginning. It could be 3x and 4x. There's lots of options here, so it makes it a bit trickier. When I'm factorizing something that's called a non-monic, where the coefficient of x squared is larger than 1, so there's 12 here. So if I use a, b, and c for the coefficients of our numbers, as we'd use when we, for example, using the quadratic formula, the method I use is called the AC method. So with the AC method, it's so called the AC method because if I label the coefficients a, b, c, like you would do if you were doing the quadratic formula, we're going to multiply a and c together. So we're going to do 12 multiplied by negative 105, and that's going to give you negative 1260. 12 hundreds, 12 fives. What we're now going to do is we want to try and find numbers that sum to make negative 52, and most importantly, they multiply to make this 1260. So if you started off, you could have maybe 1 and negative 1260. That would give you a negative number, which is positive for this. That's a pun, but it'd be a good result for this negative 52. But you can see that if you add these numbers, it's nowhere near 52. So let's start thinking, okay, well, what numbers are a bit easier? So I want them to be closer together. So if I do jump a bit, I'm not going to go all the way through. That would be too many possibilities. So if I go to 10 and negative 126, I can see that if I add these together, I would get negative 116. So that's a lot closer. So if I go to 20, divide that by 2, you get 60, so that would be negative 63. So that if I add these, that's negative 43. So I can see actually that maybe it's going to be somewhere between 10 and 20, but closer to 20. Also a way that helps you split this number up easy, if you do some prime factoring, so if I just split this up quickly, so that's 2 and 6, 2 and 3, so that's 2 squared times 3. If we do the prime factoring of 105, so we've got 5 and 21, 3 and 7. So that's 3 times 5 times 7. So I'm thinking we want a number that goes in that's close to 20. Well, because we've got a 3, a 3 and a 2, that makes 18. So if I did 18 here, then I'll be left with 1, 2, and a 5 and a 7. So 2 times 5 times 7 is 70. And you can double check that. 10 times 70 is 700. 8 times 70 is 560. That makes 1260. That would be negative. And you can see 18 subtract 70 makes negative 52. So we found the numbers that we want. So now let's put them into our brackets using the AC method. So the next step of the AC method is to write out our equation. So 12x squared subtract 52x, but we're going to make the 52x into these numbers we've just found. So I'm going to say it's plus 18x subtract 70x subtract 105, and that's all equal to 0. Now you can see that it's the same equation because 18 subtract 70 is negative 52. We then, if I do a little sort of dotted line, we're going to factorize each pair. So if we factorize this first pair, so we could take out a 6, and we could also take out an x. So we're going to get 6x in the brackets, you get 2x plus 3. Just double check that, 12x squared plus 18x. Here we've got negative 17, negative 105. So actually you could take out a 7 and a 5, so you can take out 35. So if I take out negative 35, you'll get 2x plus 3. 3 times 35 is 105. And that's good, because what you want is you want to end up with the same bracket twice. So 2x plus 3 is both there twice. So that means if I wanted to put it into brackets, I'd have 6x multiplied by 2x plus 3 and the 35 multiplied by 2x plus 3. So we get 6x subtract 35 multiplied by 2x plus 3 equal to 0. And now we can solve it. We've got it into our bracket. So this is a tough factorization. You need to be good with your arithmetic, good at trying out possibilities. So that means that 6x subtract 35 would be equal to 0. So 6x equals 35. So x equals 35 over 6. Now it looks like you should be able to simplify that, but you can't. And then for this one, we get 2x plus 3 equals 0. So 2x equals negative 3. So x equals negative 3 over 2. So I'm going to put them nice and big over here. X equals negative 3 over 2 and 35 over 6. And they are your solutions. So well done. If you got those out without a calculator in 4 minutes, that's an impressive achievement. So well done. So if you feel confident with this one and you enjoyed it, feeling fresh, why don't you move on to question 16. Thank you for watching. If you're enjoying the Hench Maths videos and the Spicy 100 series, then please like the video and subscribe. Thank you.